A recent video from a central Chinese government account shocked netizens. Known for its usually formal tone, the account's sudden release of a dramatic, explosive clip sparked debate over whether China had discovered a potential threat in space or even on the moon. This is Mecha Era. Today, we'll spend 7 minutes exploring the big questions behind this short film. Why did the Chinese government release a giant robot-themed production project? What real need do these machines serve, and who exactly are their so-called enemies? The answers may be more surprising than you think. If you love wild tech and crazy thought experiments, make sure to subscribe and drop a like. Hope you enjoy today's video. According to the Chinese government, the background is set in 2045. The short film depicts an unknown alien civilization suddenly invading Earth. Traditional human military forces are powerless to resist and suffer successive defeats. At this critical moment, China takes the lead in uniting countries around the world, putting aside all disputes to form the Sky Defense Force. The 8 giant robots featured are all robot-transformed versions of China's active service fighter jets. While the video seems like a wild sci-fi creation, no one dares to dismiss it as just a sci-fi blockbuster. After connecting it with another news item released on the same day, on that very day, key components of the best compact fusion energy experimental device in Hufian were delivered and installed. It was clearly stated that the first light would be lit by 2030. Those in the know understand that nuclear fusion is the energy key to turning giant robots from sci-fi into reality. So what exactly are the mechas for, and what are their functions? According to the Chinese government, the 8 giant robots have clear divisions of labor, forming a complete combat system with 3 core functional groups. The first group is the shipborne heavy assault group. Centered on the J-35 and J-15T, these robots are transformed from carrier-based fighter jets. They are responsible for maritime assault and fleet air defense, combining high-speed mobility with close-range combat capabilities for both offense and defense. The second group is the multifunctional combat group. The J-20S stealth robot focuses on beyond visual range strikes, earning it the nickname Battlefield Ghost. The J-16 robot is an all-rounder covering air-to-air, air-to-ground, and sea-to-sea strikes, as well as fire support. The third and most important group is the strategic support group. The KJ-600 early warning robot is responsible for situational awareness and command. The H-6K bomber robot carries out long-range deep strikes. The Y-20B transport robot ensures delivery support. The GJ-11 UAV robot serves as an unmanned pioneer, reducing casualties. But the key question, still unanswered, is, why did the Chinese government launch the Mecha Era project? First, let's talk about practical issues. From the perspective of actual combat costs and strike efficiency, the robot design has obvious shortcomings. Modern warfare emphasizes precision and efficiency. For long-range targets, a cruise missile can achieve point-to-point strikes with controllable costs and no risk of casualties. Even in close-range combat, drone swarms are far more efficient in coverage than humanoid robots. Giant robots have extremely complex joint structures and power systems. Weapons and battlefield maintenance is also a major challenge. When it comes to direct strike effectiveness, they are indeed less straightforward than missiles or drones. Second, beyond costs and efficiency, giant robots also face significant challenges in combat adaptability and technical compatibility. First, there is poor battlefield environment adaptability. Heavy rain and sandstorms can easily disable joint lubrication systems and optical detection equipment. In complex terrains like mud and mountains, the heavy body can easily get stuck, making them far less flexible than traditional equipment like tanks. For maritime or underwater operations, the technical thresholds for rust prevention and water pressure resistance increase exponentially. Second, there is a vicious cycle between power and protection. Using lightweight materials to ensure mobility sacrifices protection, making them vulnerable to weapons like anti-tank missiles and armor-piercing rounds. But adding thicker armor overloads the power system, creating a dilemma where if it cannot be penetrated, it cannot move. Third, technical integration is extremely difficult. Giant robots need to integrate technologies from dozens of fields, including aviation, artificial intelligence, and communications. Currently, technical standards vary across different fields. For example, fighter avionics systems and ground armor fire control systems are difficult to connect seamlessly. A single subsystem failure can trigger overall paralysis, which is almost fatal in the fast-paced battlefield. But here is the key point. Giant robots were never designed as practical weapons. They are visual translators for real technological breakthroughs. Ordinary people would find military technology reports about carbon fiber composite applications and multi-platform, coordinated combat systems confusing. But when these technologies are embodied in giant robots' flexible joints and lightweight bodies, everyone can understand them at a glance. For example, the flexible joints of the giant robots in the short film may seem like a sci-fi design, but they actually correspond to the carbon fiber exoskeletons already in use in training on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, with titanium alloy skeletons and three-dimensionally woven carbon fiber casings. These exoskeletons reduce weight by 42% while increasing impact resistance. Soldiers can move flexibly, even with an 88-pound load, perfectly solving the physical bottleneck of plateau combat. The coordinated tactics of the giant robots have already been tested on the Fujian aircraft carrier. The electromagnetic catapult coordination between the J-35 carrier-based fighter and the K-600 early warning aircraft, and the 3-3 formation of the robot Wolfpack from a certain army group can combine reconnaissance, fire suppression, and logistics support into a single process. A single infantry squad can achieve combat effectiveness equivalent to a traditional battalion. These are the hardcore facts behind the giant robot exterior. In simple terms, this is not an empty promise. It is a way to present laboratory technologies and strategic ideas in a way that ordinary people can understand and the world can see. It conveys technological confidence. Perhaps the most unsettling questions are these. Why did the Chinese government release this video? And are the mechas really built to fight something not from Earth? In fact, the Chinese military established an unidentified aerial phenomena observation mechanism several years ago. At the same time, research institutions have participated in projects searching for signals from extraterrestrial civilizations, such as the Fast Radio Telescope in Guizhou. This background makes the public naturally associate giant robot-themed content with non-terrestrial threats, creating a semi-realistic, semi-sci-fi, suspenseful atmosphere. However, from a strategic and communication perspective, these giant robot images are more likely symbolic expressions. The enemies they represent may not be extraterrestrial beings, but rather the intelligent, mechanized, and unmanned threats in future warfare. The appearance of giant robots is a concrete manifestation of the concept of strengthening the military through technology and information-based combat. It uses visual means to demonstrate the complex form of future battlefields. On one hand, robot themes can attract widespread attention on social media, enhancing the communication power of military topics. On the other hand, as a metaphor, it implies the country's long-term vigilance against unknown threats, whether they come from technology space or dimensions beyond human understanding.